Catherine Harwood here from 321stamp.com, and I wanted to share a little quick Stamparatus tip, the Stampin' Up's new stamp positioning tool, to show you how I got these images, which are actually 4 little separate images, lined up perfectly in a little straight line on this card. So here's what I did, and one of the things, my tips too, is to be able to stamp right in the corner. I actually use my silicone craft sheet and put that right in the corner, and that gives me just a little bit of extra height so that the images that I place right in the corner will work fine. So this little crumb cake strip is 1 1/4 inches wide, and it's going to start out 4 1/4 inches long. I'm going to put it right in the corner of the Stamparatus, and I can actually use, if you want to, the little magnet to hold the paper down, and I put some little duct tape around the magnet just to make it easy to pull up. And what I've done first is I've kind of taken this stamp when it was clean, the little image, and I've placed it where I want it to be at for the first one, right on top of the paper. And I've pressed down the plate and I've picked up the stamp. And so there it is, ready to go. And then I can kind of adjust it and make sure that it's straight and double check my positioning. So I positioned it just where I want the first little border to start. So I'm going to use my Night of Navy. I like to use the little ink spots that come in the paper pumpkin kits, or we sell them uninked. You can ink them up. And I'm going to press right over that stamp. And then here's the magic part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the plate to the upright position, lift it straight up, and put it down just 1 notch. It's about 1 inch of space between each of the little steps in the hinge. And so by stepping it down 1, the stamp is about 1 inch long. And so when I ink it up again and stamp the second one, press, it's going to line up perfectly. And the really neat thing is that if for some reason it's not inked as well as I want it to be, I can also re-ink it, which is really nice. So I'm going to move it down 1 more step, ink it up, press. And again, that silicone sheet being in the corner is really a huge help. Last one, going to ink it up. So I'm not moving the stamp, I'm moving the plate by stepping the hinge down 1 step each time. And there you have it. I've got a perfectly lined up border. Now, I had to make the paper 4 1/4 inches wide so that I could fit all of them on there. But when I actually layer on my greeting layer, what I might want to do, I made my greeting layer about 4 inches wide. And so when I layer that on, I'm just going to trim a little bit off of each end. But you can see that by positioning that and stamping it 4 times, I get a perfect row, I get a nice little border at the top. So there you have it. Thanks to the Stamparatus and hinge step stamping. And this would really work with any stamps that are about 1 inch that would fit between those hinges. And then you could actually line them up. Hope you enjoyed that tip.